Before the fire touches the ship, it is the night before Barsa learned with her hope is stronger than fear. Orhan's real power is not only in his weapons, his real power is his ability to see the whole board. He sees the enemy army, but he also sees the place sword. He sees the harbor, but he also sees the heart of his people. He sees Shahinshah anger, but he also sees the need to protect justice. He sees the imperial plan, but he also sees the dream of a state that will outlive all of them, and this is what makes the latest update exciting. The story is no longer waited, it is moving. Every character is being pushed toward a direction. Every hidden pain is coming closer to the surface, every enemy is showing his real face, every royal heart is being tested. Bursa is becoming a great stage where love, power, and family fight and what will meet. Sultan Ahmed has to enter the stage not as a boy carrying his father's name, but as a ruler carrying the future of the nature. When viewers watch this part, they are not only asking who will win the battle, they are asking what kind of Sultan Arhans will become after the battle. Will he become harder to betrayal or winner visitor because of pain? Will he protect his family from breaking, or will Playstorm become more danger? Will he punish Shahinshah with justice, or will anger try to guide his hand? Will Nullifer and Sparka conflict heal, or will he grow into a deeper wound? Will Fatma and Avina's finally find peace, or will another test come between them while lives receive hope or heartbreak? This is question keep the story alive. The strongest way of presence this section is with clear emotion and simple words. Do not make too complicated. The audience should feel like that they are standing inside Barsa with the character. They should feel the cool air of the night, the struggle of iron, the fear in the place, the hope in Fatma return, the pain in Nullifer's eyes, the sharp silence of Sparka, the worry of Lime, the loyalty of the elves, and the heavy calm of Orhan. The word should make viewers feel like history is not far away, it is breathing right in front of them. Orhan's journey is powerful because it is about becoming. He was born into a great house, but birth alone does not make a ruler. A ruler is made through tests, the test of losing trust, the test of the earning loyalty, the test of protecting loved ones, the test of facing enemies stronger in number, the test of choosing justice when revenge is easy, the test of loving forward when the past is pulling from behind. In the latest story, all this is come together. This is why Arhans feels more complete now. He is still human, still under pressure, still surrounded by problems, but he also becoming the man the state needs. The final feeling of this section should be one of rising power, not a fire that destroys without reason, but a fire that clears the road. The enemy ship waited at Creasy are part of that. Imagine they weren't been burned. It will show the Orhans can return the army strength with weakness. If Barsa stands, it will show that the dream has found a new protector. If the family survives its inner storm, it will show that the state has a heart strong enough to continue. If Arhan chooses his next target after victory, it will show that the story is not ending in fear. It is a moving toward a wider destiny. So this section closes with how Sultan Ahmed is not longer only defected but Usman left behind. He is beginning the old to test his faith too deadly carry. His father planted the tree, but now Ahmed must protect it from storm. Cut away the branches, water its root with justice, and let it grow toward land that have not yet seen its shapes. The enemies may think that are forcing one man, but in truth, they are facing a dream that has passed from father to son, from tent to city, from sword to state. Barsa is the net great test of that dreams, and as a war drum strikes, one truth becomes clear: Arhan's road will not be easy, but it will not stop. The coming battle is not just a fight for wall, road and harbors, it is a fight for belief. The belief that the small can become a great state, the belief that justice can stand against ambition, the belief that loyalty can survive life, the belief that love can breathe even in war. The belief that a son can honor his father not by repeating him but by growing beyond him. This is the heart of Rulus Arhan's had this state. This is why the latest update matter. It is not only telling us the war is coming, it is telling us that the future now on Barca gates. And Sultan Arhans must open the future with courage, wisdom and fight. Has a screen fade before flame the place to the harbor, from the harbor to the army, and from to army to Arhan's face. The audience should feel like the story has entered the most serious chapter. The time for doubt is ending, the time for action has come. Every person will show their real color now. The royal will stand closer, the tractor will reveal themselves, the broken heart will either heal or break future. The enemies will attack with something they have, and Arhans will have to answer not only with power but with vision. This is the moment when a ruler is measured, not when the throne is quiet, not when someone's friends are smiling, not when enemies are far away. A ruler is measured when the city is afraid. The place is wanted, the army is waiting, and the enemies believe victory is near. Arhan stands in exactly that movement, and because of that, this section of the story carries strong energy. It tells the audience that the son of Usman has dipped in a fire, and from with friend fire ether a weak man will fall or a true sultan will rise. The latest chapter therefore gives us a perfect base for a strong narration. Start with the new danger around Barca, move into Arhan's plans against the enemy ship, bring in the emotional return of Fatma and the hope of everyness. Show the storm between Nullifer and Sparka, touchline fair for Darsan, remind the audience of Malhan, quiet strength and Alidin rule in the state, the return to Arhans because our Lord must come back to him, he is the center of the storm. He is the one who must turn pain into power and danger into destiny. In the end, Cruz Ahans at this point is not only giving a battle update, it is building a larger question. What does it cost to create a state? The cost is not only blood, it is a patient's family pain. Sleepless night, hard choices, broken trust, and the courage to move forward when the road is dark. Sultan Erhan now faces the coast. Barca is waiting, the enemy is moving, the harbor is ready to burn. This place is full of the silent sound, and the future of the Ottoman dreaming is standing at the edge of this war. This is where section 1 should leave the audience excited, emotional, and ready for the next part. They should feel that something hard is about to happen. They should understand the latest update clearly without feeling they like a Reddit or copy summary. They should feel this story is a new way with simple English, strong flow, and flush wording. The main message is clear. Arhas is not just fighting a battle, he is fighting the proof that the dream of Usman has become stronger than the enemies who want to bury it. And as Barca prepared for war, Sultan Erhan prepared to write the next line of history with fire, fight, and steel. Sultan Erhan sent a fire before Barca. The story of Cruz Erhan has now reached a new serious and emotional stage. This is the point where every small decision can change the future of the state. Sultan Erhan is not only faces one enemy, he faces many storms at the same time. One storm is with outside the wall of Barca where armies are preparing for war. Another storm is inside the place where all wound family, pain, love, jealousy, and hidden fear are growing day by day. A third storm is inside Erhan's one's heart because he now that he is no longer only the son of Usman Bey, he is how the ruler who must carry Usman's dream forward with his one hand. This section began with Barca under pressure. The city is not sleeping like before. The streets feel heavy. They become people now that something become big is coming. Men work with serious faces. Soldiers repair shields. Servants work prepare horses and wait for order. Women prepare food, bandage, and clear clothes for the wounded before the battle even starts. Mothers look at their son and try to smile, but their eyes are full of fear. Children do not fully understand what, but they can feel the silence in their homes. Even the old man who has seen many hard days understands that this is not a simple fight, this is running point. For Sultan Erhan, Barca is not only a city, Barca is a trust, it is the dream his father carried for years. Usman Bey looked toward Barca with patience, wise and vision. He did not see Barca only as wall and market, he saw it as a future center, a place where the growing state could stand stronger. Now the dream has come into Usman's hands. This makes the pressure even heavier. If Arhans protect Bursa and win the coming struggle, everyone will understand that Usman's dream did not end with Usman, but it Bursa fell into fear and confession. The enemies will state the young state become weak after the founder. This is why Arhan must be careful. A ruler who only knows how to fight cannot survive for long. A ruler must know when to move, when to wait, when to speak, when to stay silent, when to forgive, and when to punish. In the latest part of this story, Arhan is learning the hardest lesson of leadership. He understands that the battlefield is not only an open plain where soldiers clash, the battlefield is only also the harbor, the place, the council room, the heart of the people, and even the mind of enemies. If he win only with the sword but loses unity, his victory will be weak. If he protect unity but fail against the enemy army, the state will still suffer. He must win both battle together. The Imperial and Shench are trying to use this movement against him. They believe that Arhans can be trapped between two forces. Their plan is dangerous because it is not only about attracting him from one side, they want to squeeze him from more than one direction. They want him to feel that every road is closed. They want Barsa to become afraid. They want the people to ask with her whenever Arhant is ready for such a heavy responsibilities. They want the buyer to doubt this judgment. They want the space to feel unsafe. This is how strong enemy fight. They do not only attack the body of the state, they attack its confidence. But Arhan sees more than they expect. He is younger compared with some of his enemies, and he is not blind. He was watching power closely. He has learned from loss. He has seen how betrayal can come with a smiling face. He knows that if he waits until the enemy stand at Barsa's door, they may lose the advantage. So he began to think ahead. He learned that a large face is moving from. He can understand that sheep as crazy can become part of a bigger danger if those sheep live safely. The enemy can give strength, supplies and movement. If they are stopped before they sail, the enemy plan can break before it becomes complete. This is the heart of the Arhan's great plan. He wants to burn the enemy road before the enemy can work on it. He wants to turn the sea itself into a warning. The sheep at Crissy are more than wooden bodies floating on water. They are the symbol of the trap being prepared for Barsa. They are the silent heart of the enemy waiting for to help to the army and close the circle around Arhans. If Arhans destroy them, he does not only destroy sheep, he destroys confidence. He sends a message to the Imperial, to Shensha and to every hidden enemy watching from the shadow. That his message is clear. Arhans does not wait for danger like a man. He meets danger before it reaches his home. Still, this plan is not easy. Fire is a wild thing. It can save a city or destroy innocent lives. It is not control. A secret mission is to harbor need courage, silent speed, and protected diamond. When wrong footstep can wake the guard, when frightened horses can expose the elves, when Spake can carry the news before the plan began, Ernest must choose his man. He can trust it fully. He must think about every part, every gate, every board, every guide, and every possible failure. A ruler plan may look beautiful on a map, but a real test comes in the dark, when men breathe quietly and dead wait close. At this time, Arhan's leadership becomes clear. He is not fighting only with anger. He is not running toward the enemy just to show bravery. He is calculating, he is building his move like a chess player, but he also carries the heart of a warrior. This balance is important. A leader without courage becomes slow and afraid. A leader without wisdom becomes reckless and dangerous. Arhans need both. He must have the courage to attack the enemy plan and the wisdom to protect his own people while doing it. This is what separates a simple fighter from a sultan. Inside Barsa, the people feel like their ruler is moving with surprise. They may not know every detail of the plan, but they can feel the change in the air. The elves move with silent focus. Messengers travel quietly. Orders are given in low voice. Houses are prepared away from the loud party of the city. The blacksmiths work longer hard. The guards on the wall look toward the distance more often. Everyone understands the Barca is becoming the center of history. The city is not only waiting for war, it is being prepared to survive it. The balance carries a different kind of pressure. Outside men prepare weapons. Inside heart prepare for pain. The return of Fatima brings joy, but even that joy is covered with the shadow of coming war. Fatima return is like a small look in a dark room. For a moment they finally breathe again. Her presence reminds everyone that life is still alive inside the storm. He has passed through danger, and her safe return gives hope to who were afraid of losing her. But this moment is happiness is not simple. In a world like this, every reunion carries the fear of another separation. Fatma Hatun's story is emotional because she stands between finally duty and the call of her wild heart. She is not only a weak woman waiting for others to decide her life. She carries dignity, pride, and inner strength. She understands that she belongs to a great family, and this means her choices are never over personal. When she feels can become a matter of honor, when she say can affect aliens whom she loves can create joy or trouble. This is the pain of women in powerful families. They may smile in public, but their heart often carry decisions heavier than stone. Evidence we names is trying to Fatma heart and his journey also being full of differently. Suspicion runs torn between him and peace. A man can fight enemies in the field, but it's harder to fight doubt in the eyes of people he respects. When Gladiator honor is questioned, the wound is deep. Avinash does not only want to live, he wants to be known as loyal, honest, and worthy. His innocence becoming clear gives his story new hope. It opened a road toward Fatma again, but in Cruel's Orhan's love rarely walk on a clean road. Every road has dust, blood, duty, and fear. The bond between Fatma and Avinash can become one of the softer but still powerful part of the story. Their love is not only about beautiful words, it is about trust returning after pain. It is about two hearts trying to find peace while the world around them is full of sword. Their happiness, if it comes, will feel variable because it was not easy, but the audience know that war can steal happiness quickly. A wedding smile can be followed by a battle carry. A promise can be tested by death before the next sunrise. This is why their scene was carry sweetness and sadness at the same time. While Fatma and Avinash bring a little hope, the tension between Nullifer and Sparka bring fire to the place. Their conflict is not a simple fight between two women, it is a deep storm made of love, loss, pride, fear, and place. Nullifer feels pain strongly. She loved, suffered, and is stored with dignity through many tales. Her heart is not empty; it is full of memory. When she sees Sparka near her hands, she did not see only a person. She sees a threat to her peace, her place, and perhaps even the memory of what she has built with her hands. Nullifer Hatton is powerful because her pain feels human. She is not angry without reason. Her anger comes from wounds that have not fully healed. A woman who has lost, waited, and suffered does not easily accept a new shadow entering her home. She wants respect, she wants the truth, she wants to know that her place in Orhan's heart is not being taken away or made smaller, but pain can make even a good heart sharp. When grief controls the turf, word can become sword. Nullifer must fight not only Asparka but also the anger rising itself herself. Asparka is also not a simple enemy. She is a princess, a woman trained in a world of politics and power. She knows how to stand straight when power judges her. She knows how to hide fear behind calm eyes. She may look cold to some, but coldness is something armor. Her position is difficult because many people will always see her the eye of doubt. Some will remember her background before they see her heart. Some will think she is danger before they understand her choice. For Sparka, living in Arhan's place means walking through a room full of silent questions. This makes the conflict between Nullifer and Sparka strong from the script. Nullifer pain is real and Sparka pride is also real. Nullifer believes she is protected her art and her home. Sparka believes she has the right to stand where dignity had placed her. Both women are strong, but this is why their tension can shake the place. If one of them was weak, the conflict would end quickly. But Bout has fire, Bout has reason, Bout had wound, Bout now that Arhans is not only a man they care about, he is also the center of the state. Arhan's position between them is very difficult. A normal man will struggle with family problems, but a sultan family problem can become political storm if he gives too much comfort to one side. The other side may feel betrayal. If he stays silent, the world may grow. If he become harsh, heart may break. He must act with justice, but justice inside a family is never simple. He may product nullify dignity and also crush spark, and finally he must keep peace in the place while preparing for war outside. This is one of the hardest part of his journey. A ruler needs a peaceful home, but Arhan does not have to story now. Every room in the place carries a different voice. Nullifer silence is not empty. Asparka camp is not simple. Fatma Hub is not safe. Limesphere is too small. Malhun eyes carry memory of the old days. Aldin thought carry the weight of the state. The place is like a drum. Tidally one strong hit can make it echo everything. If enemy hear the echo, they may try to use it. Lime's pain gives the story another emotional color. Her worry for Darsan is the kind of worry that eats the heart quietly. Waiting for news is that one battlefield. A person who waits has no sword, no shield, no clear enemy. The enemy is imagination. Every day become a wound, every footstep in a corridor become fear, every messenger face become a sign. Lime may try to stand strong, but her heart is already running toward the answer she feared. Doesn't fate can changing her life, often can fear are fighting inside her. Darshan's story matters because he showed that war is not always black and white. A person may come from the other side but still carry honors. A person may be burned above enemy but choose through. This is one of the deeper ideas in the story. Blood, tribes, and kingdom matter in this world, but the soil also matters. Darshan, courage, and loyalty make life feeling more painful because they are not based on foolish dreams. She has seen something real in them. If he is lost, she loses more than a man. She loves a possible bridge before two words. Through limes, the audience sees the cost of war in a private way. Great battles are often described with number, flag, and victories, but behind every victory, someone waits for a person who may not return. Behind every heroic death, there is a mother, sister, wife, or lover whose word becomes silent. Lime sweating remind us that the price of history is paid by heart as well as by armies. This makes the story more human. It keeps the war from becoming only voice and action. Alidin Bey's place in this section is also important. He is not simply Arhan's brother, he is the mind that the state needs. Arhan carries the main burden of rule, but a state cannot stand on one shoulder only. Alidin brings thought, older learning, and case judgment. He can see detail the other may miss, but brotherhood near power is always delight. Even if brothers love each other, people around them may create comparison. Some may speak in one ear, some in another. Some may praise one brother to weaken the other. This is how division began. Arhan must protect his bond with Alidin carefully. If the two brothers stand together, the state becomes stronger. If doubt enters between them, enemies will celebrate before the battle even began. Usman Bey's sons must show that the founder house is not divided. A state in these young heirs cannot afford inner crack. Alidin must accept Arhan's leadership with inners, and Arhan must value Alidin's wisdom without feeling threatened. Their unity can become a shield stronger than iron. Malun had on presence began the spirit of the old generation. She had seen the dream when it was small. She has seen the pain, hunger, battle, and sacrifice that made this one possible. Her eyes carry Usman Bey memory. When she looks at Arhan, she does not only see a son, she sees the continuation of her trust. She may understand his brother better than many others before. She was beside the man who carried first it. As silence can sometimes speak more than long speeches, she knew that the state was not built for pride, it was built with fate, patience, and justice. Multun rule also show the histories carried by women as well as men. Men may win battle in the field, but women keep the memory alive in the home. They teach courage to children, protect honor, heal wounds, and remind ruler of their duty when power becomes dangerous. Malhoun can remind Arhans that he must not anger lost in anger. He must not forget the reason behind the sword. He must remember that conquest without justice becomes empty. This is the kind of a wisdom a mother can give and can see stand at the edge of her greatness. The shadow of Usman Bey is everywhere in this section. Even when she is not speaking, his name speaks. Every decision Arhans makes is measured against his father's dreams. Friends wonder if this son can continue the path. Enemies wonder if this son is weaker than a father. Arhans now this, he cannot escape it. He carried about honors and pressure. Being Usman's son give him respect, but it also give him a heavy test. People do not accept him to ordinary, they accept him to be worthy. This is the pain of inheritance. A man who received a great dream also received its enemy. Arhan did not into inherited land and people. He inherited unfinished war, all want promise and hopes. This state is like a young tree. Usman planted it with fire. Now Arhan must protect it from storms. If he protected it well, it will grow. If he failed, many will say the tree was only strong because Usman stormed beside it. Arhas must prove that the roots are deeper than one man. The enemies now this is the right time to test it. After a great founder, enemies often attack because they believe the new ruler is still finding his strength. They expect confession, they expect brother to argue, they expect soldier to compare the old leader with the new one. They expect the people to feel uncertain. This is why the Emperor and Shahinshah move with confidence. They believe they can catch Arhans before he becomes fully settled. But they may be making a mistake. Pressure can break a weak leader, but it can also reveal a strong one. Shahinshah is dangerous because his ambition close from outside the same world. He understands the language of the traps, the pride of the bay, and the old way of the power. A foreign enemy may not know where to press, but Shahinshah now he can speak to all anger, he can use jealousy, he can tell same man but Arhans is changing too much or moving too fast, he can make ambition look like justice. This is why he is a serious threat. He does not only attack with soldier, he attacks with idea that can divide people, but Shahinshah's weakness is also clear, he is ruled by pride. Pride can make a man brave, but it can also make him blind. A proud man often see him one destroy her destiny. He thinks he deserves power because it wants it strongly. He does not ask whether he can protect people matter. He asks why others stand above him. The kind of ambition can burn everything around it. He may see Arhan plan fail even if it succeeds. He may say the Emperor had more soldiers than everyone now. He may say that the place is divided. He may say that the May are unhappy. The rumor is a cheap weapon, but it can deeply. Arhan must fight it with clear trust and strong order. He must not confession before another army inside Bursa. A space storyline can fit this section too. It is a city prepared for far. Not every face is loyal. Someone may carry news to Shahinshah, someone may listen at doors, someone may try to create fear in the market. Arhan's man must be alert. The enemy outside the wall is dangerous, but the enemy inside the wall can be worse. This creates suspense. The audience begin to ask who can be trusted. It also gives Arhan a chance to show justice when betrayal is found. Justice is important because punishing betrayal is necessary, but punishing without proof is dangerous. A fearful ruler sees traitor everywhere. A wise ruler searches for truth before shrinking. Arhans must show that his justice is strong but not blind. If he catches a real traitor, he must act firmly. If an innocent person is accused, he must protect them. This keeps the state from becoming cruel. A smart dream cannot be built on fire alone. This cannot break to Arvinus. His earlier pains show how dangerous false suspicion can be. If evidence was doubted unfairly, Arhans and the people must learn from that. A state must protect honor more to treat it with careless association. Fatma's happiness with everyness become more meaningful because it follows the return of the truth. Their story can remind the audience that justice is not only about punishing the guilty, it is also about clearing the innocent. Innocent pain, nullifier pain, over caffeine or personal loss can also connect to justice. When a person lost someone, they want someone to blame. Something plain is clear. Sometimes pain chooses a target because the heart cannot admit empty. Nullifier anger toward Asperka may come partly from this need. She needs to pain for to have a face, but if that anger goes too far, it can create injustice. This makes her struggle deep. He must find a way to harm her grief without letting it rule her. Asperka's struggle is to prove that she is more than her origin. She may be linked to a word that one opposites Orhan's, but that does not mean her truth. That has no truth. She must decide whether she will steal with other fully or keeps part of herself protected behind all pride. Her place in a place will not become safe through word alone. It will become safe through their choice. If he chooses reality where it costs her something, people may begin to see her differently. This gives the nullifier and Sparka conflict room to grow. Maybe they do not become friends quickly. They will not feel real, but these scripts can show the possibilities they both women make and one understand each other's pain. For now the wound is fresh, the war outside makes everything sharper. In the time of peace, people may speak more softly. In time of war, every emotion becomes stronger because no one knows who will success tomorrow. The fear of tomorrow hanging over the rule section. Before great battle, people often say what they have hidden too long. Lover confused, enemies reveal themselves, mother forgave, brother make promise, what is praise? This is because war make the time short. Kuru's Orhan can use this atmosphere well. The coming battle pushes every character toward truth. No one can hide forever when death is near. Orhan's truth is that he must become more than his father's son. He must become himself. Respecting Orhan does not mean copy every step. Their time change, enemies change, the state grow. A son honors his father by carrying the purpose forward, not by repeating every model without doubt. Orhan must take Usman fight justice and courage. That is one strategy and vision. This is how Likazi lives it grow. The line is powerful for the scripts. Orhan does not betray Usman by becoming different. They honor Usman by becoming complete. He takes the seed Usman planted and give it a new road in Barsa. He takes the spot of the front and turn of it into an order of a state. He takes the pain of the past and build a road for the future. This time can make the narration feel deeper without using difficult words. The final part of this section should rise toward the next target. After the ship, after the place tension, after the war preparation, Arhan Sung portraying the present battle. His enemy thinks survival in his only goal, but Arhan is already thinking of what comes after survival. This is build of a build ruler. He does not want to stand still after defending Barca. He wants to stay to move. The next target is not named here as a simple spoiler. It is present as a sign that Arhan's road is opening. The audience should feel excitement at the moment. The story is telling them that Barca is a major gate, but not the last gate. Arhan's future will not be small. The state will not remain trapped between fear and defense. It will move with purpose. Every enemy defected between a step. Every city scare become a foundation. Every inner wound healed becomes strong. This gives this section a sense of dignity. A strong closing narration can bring all toward together. It can say that Barca wait under the shadow of war. The Imperial moved with all pride. The Hincha bursts with ambition. The hammer at Krisa's hand before the flame. Nullifier and Sparka carry a storm inside the place. Fatma and Avina's try to protect a love tasted by competition. Halim's wait for Darsan with a heart full of fear. Malhun carries Usman's memory like a calm in the dark, and Arhan standing in the center of all this, prepared to answer every enemy with fight, fire, and justice. The last image of this section can be Arhan riding before or standing before Barca wall or morning approaches. The night has been long, but the sky began to change. This cannot mean peace has arrived. It means the moment of action is closer. The city wakes to a new day, but not an ordinary day. It is a day when history may turn. Arhan looked toward the road ahead. His face is tired, but his eyes are firm. He now that the dream of Usman is now breathing toward him. He now that every step he takes will be remembered. He now that enemies are waiting, but he also now that fear cannot be allowed to rule. This is why section 1 should end with a feeling of powerful expectation. The audience should understand the latest update clearly, but they should also feel they have heard the flash or original story in a new voice. This section should not feel like a copy trailer summary. It should feel like a full emotion script about leadership, family, war, and dignity. The simple message is that Sultan Arhans is surrounded by danger, but he is not defected. Barca is under threat, but it's not hopeless. The place is wounded, but it's still unending. The enemies are strong, but Arhan's vision is becoming stronger. The fire before Barca is not only the fire of burning ship. It is the fire inside every heart. It is Nulifar fire of pain, Asparka fire of pride, Fatima fire of hope, Avinus fire of honor, Halim fire of love, Aladdin fire of duty, Maldun fire of memory, Shansha fire of ambition, the imperial fire of wild hidden power. And above all, Arhan's fire of responsibilities. All of these flames are moving toward one great movement. Some will destroy, some will prioritize, some will guide. The future will be shaped by which fire burns strongest. Sultan Arhan's road is not easy because the bout of a state is never easy. A state is born through sacrifice, not comfort. It is a bond when people chooses unity over decision, justice over revenge, courage over fear, and vision over short victory. Arhans must now make this choice while enemies presses from outside and bout grow inside. This is why his test is great. He is not only defected Barca, he is proving that the dream can survive its latest honor. And when the audience reaches the end of the section, they should feel ready for the next part. They should feel that the battle has not fully begun, but his shadow has covered every life. They should feel that Sultan Ahmed has stripped out of his father's shadow and his one fire. The enemies believe they can trap him around armies, but Arhan has already found the weak point in their plan. The place may be full of pain, but this trail still has a heart. Barca may hurt with drums, but it also heard the footstep of dignity. The son of Usman is no longer only gardening a dream, he is preparing to expect it. This is a movement before the storm break. The ship where the army where the place where the people where the enemies where even history seemed to where the Arhans moved, but an Arhans move, the night itself began to change. Sultan Arhans, the burning road to Barca and the test of a new state. The story of Rulus Arhans has now reached a place where every breath feels heavy and every step can change the future. This is not a simple time for Sultan Ahmed. He is not only standing against one enemy, but he cannot only trying to win one battle. He is standing in middle of a storm and that comes from many sides at the same time. On one side, the Emperor is moving with the pride of an old empire. On another side, Shansha is burning with ambition and anger. Inside Barca, the people wait for fear and hope. Inside the place, heart the wounded, heart is tattered, and all pain is rising again. All above all these, Arhans carries the trust of Usman Bey. He carries a dream that was not born in comfort, but in struggle, patience, sacrifice, and fight. Barca is at the center of the whole storm. It is only the city into walls, street, house, market, and gates. Barca is now the sample of the future. It is a place where Usman's dream must become stronger in the heart of his son. For years, Barca stood like a great promise in front of the Ottoman people. It was not just land to be taken, it was a heart to be won. It was a central that could turn a growing into a stronger state. Arhan understands this battle that anyone, when he looks at Barca, he does not see any stone. He sees his father's eyes, he sees the prayer of his people, he sees the grave of various who died before seeing the dream complete. He sees the future of a nation waiting to be shaped. That is why the coming danger is so serious. If Barca becomes weak, the dream becomes weak. If fear enters the city and spread among the people, then the enemy wins before the sword even meet. A city can fall into way. It can fail when it wall break, but it can also fail when it people lose belief. Arhans now that he must protect him. He must protect the wall with soldier, weapons and strategy. He must protect the heart with justice, confidence and truth. This is a real duty of a ruler. A warrior may only think about the enemies in front of him, but a sultan must think everything behind him as well. As his point in this story, Arhans is no longer only that brave son of Usman Bey, he is becoming a sultan in his right. This change is not easy. Being the son of a greater founder is both a blessing and a heavy burden. People respect Arhan because of Usman, but they also measure him against Usman. Every order he gives is compared with his father's wisdom. Every mistake becomes larger, become enemies are waiting to say that the son is weaker than a father. Every victory must prove that Usman's dreams did not end with Usman. Now Arhan eats this. He may say it in every scene, but the weight is always on his face. He is living under the shadow of a great name, but now he must step forward until his name almost strong. The Emperor and Shansha understand the danger of Arhan's rise. They know that if he fully hold Bursa and build under around it, stopping him later will be much harder. So they move at the time when they believe they can be trapped. Their plan is no space Arhan's between powerful faces and make him control of the battlefield. They want him to defect to only road at once. They want him to feel that danger is coming from every side. They want his soldier to become tired, his bait to become doubtful, and his pain to become afraid. They believe that pressure will force Arhan to make a mistake. But Arhan is not Bale. He has learned that war does not begin when sword clash, when the enemies form his idea. If a ruler can see the idea before the sword is right, it can break the hard attack only. This is why the news of the army from and the sheep at Krisa important. To a normal people eyes, sheep may look that distant sword on water waiting in a harbor. To Arhan that a part of a longer trap. If this is sheep move, the armies gain strength, speed and confidence. If they are destroyed because they leave, the armies Spain lost one of its strongest arms. Arhan did not want to wait until the trap closes. He wanted to burn one side of the trap before the armies can use it. This is why Arhan must, as a ruler, become clean. It does not rush like a young man who only wants to prove his courage. He thinks like someone to understand timing. Bravery is important, but bravery without timing can destroy an army. A leader must know not only where to strike, but when to strike. The army expects Arhan to defect, Rasa and wait for the attack. Arhan chooses a different way. He looks beyond the wall. He looks toward the harbor. He sees that a fire in Trisi can save many lives in Bursa. He understands that sometimes the best effect is not to stand still with a shield, but to move fast and break the weapon that is being prepared against you. The plan to burn the ship is dangerous, but the danger is exactly why it matters. A simple plan does not change history. A safe plan does not always stop a bold enemy. Arhans need a move that can shock the Emperor and disrupt Shahanshah. He need a move that can tell an army that the son of Usman is not waiting like a frightened man. He need a man that can give Versa hope before the war will begin. Burning the ship is not only about fire and wood, it is about bringing confidence. It is about sending a message across the water and through the enemy's camp. The message is clear, Arhan see you game, and he has already begun his answer. Still no wise ruler treats such a mission tidily. The harbor is not an open field where soldiers can shoot and charge. A harbor mission needs silence, patience, spirits, and trust. Guide may be watching, spies may be listening. The armies may have hidden traps. These men search for what may be brave, but they must also be calm. One careless should can run everything. One frightened horse can expose the plan. One plan before placed too early can war the army before the whole mission is ready. The men who go toward the still sheep must know they can burst the hope in their hands. Arhan's may choice his ears. People carefully. He cannot send men who only want glory. A secret mission need men who which obey even when their blood is hot. If need men who can move like shadow and fight like lions with the come to form. This is where the reality of the as become important. Arhan self do not follow him only because he has power. They follow him because they believe in them. They have been suffer him, plan, fight, and every responsibility is the now he is not spending life that pride for. A soldier can feel the difference between a man, a leader who uses men, and a leader who carried them in his heart. Earnest man trusts that his plan has meaning inside Versa. The people may not know every detail of the harbor plan, but they can feel the changing is changing. The air in the city is tense. Soldiers move with focus, horses are prepared, messenger comes and go, blacksmith work late into the night. The sound of hammer on light travels through narrow street like the heartbeat of the city. Door closed earlier than before, mother speaks softly or children do not become more afraid. Old men sit quietly and remember other wars. Some people pray in their homes, some people look toward the wall and wonder when the army will leave. Versa is alive, but it cannot peaceful, it is waiting. War were changing a city before the first arrow is fired. The market becomes quieter. The laughter of children becomes smaller. Food is counted more carefully. Water is stored. The hair prepared. Herbs, cloth, and toll of wound they have not yet seen. Every family began to imagine loss, even if no one speaks of it openly. This is the hidden war face of war. It is not only soldiers dying in the field. It is also women waiting, children fearing, old member, people remembering, and the home becoming silent. Lulu's urgency becomes stronger. When the side of wall is felt, they remind the audience that consequence is not only a matter of flag and species, it is a part of a real heart. The place carries this tension in a different way. Outside swords are sharpened, inside emotions are sharper than swords. The face returned to Fatma, bring a moment of joy, but the joy is surrounded by darkness. Her return made the place feel alive again for a short time. People who feared losses her finally breathe. Her presence is like a candle in a room that have been full of shadow. Yet even this happiness is not simple because everyone now the world around them is still dangerous. In time like this is every reunion feel beautiful and painful at the same time. Beautiful because the loved one has returned, painful before the next period may only be waiting. Fatma Hutton is important because she is not only a woman connected to a place, she is a part of the emotional heart of the family. Her safety matters because her life is tied to the honor, love and peace of this is around her. She has suffered fear, danger and uncertainty. Now she turned and the place smiled again. But her story is not finished. Her art is tied to everyness, and that bond carries his one wide. Love in this world is never only love. It must pass through suspicion, family duty, politics, loyalty, and the shadow of war. Fatma and everyness may want peace, but peace is never easy even to people who live near power. Happiness, innocence, give hope to this unfinished love. When a man honor is questioned, the pain goes deeper than a wound from a sword. A sword cut the body, but doubts cut the soul. Happiness has had to carry the weight of suspicion, and suspicion can make a lawyer can feel like a stranger among his people. When truth began to clear his name, he does not only remain a respect, he rejoined his heart to stand with his head high. For Fatima, his the truth opened the road again. For evidence, it gave him to change to look at her without the wall of association between them. This story became hopeful but not easy. The beauty of Fatma and Happiness is that their love has been tested. A love that has not been tested may look sweet, but a love that survives pain becomes stronger. This their connected is not world only on soft world, it is world on waiting, trusted and suffering. They make their emotional. When they look at each other, the audience can feel everything that has not sighed. They can feel the fear losing each other. They can feel the relief of truth returning. They can feel the question that still remains: can love survive when the whole world is preparing for war? The question is important because war does not stop for love. A battlefield does not care about promise. A sword does not ask whether a man is newly happened. A messenger does not sudden had news because someone's heart is already tired. This is why Fatma and happiness hope it fragile, it shine, but the vine around it is strong. Their happiness must be protected only enemies, but also from time, duty, and the sudden cruelty of war. This makes their story gentle, but also full of danger. While Fatma and happiness bring hope, the tension between Nullifer and Sparka bring another kind of fire. Their conflict is not a simple matter of jealousy, it is a deeper and more painful. Nulfer has loved, waited, suffered, and lost. Her heart is not calm because her life has not been easy. When they see Nulfer as Sparka near her world, she does not see only a woman. She sees a threat to her place, to her peace, and to the memory of everything she has carried. Nullifer's anger comes from the wounded heart, and the wounded heart often speaks with sharp ears. Nullifer's heart is powerful because she is not weak in her pain. She does not break quietly and disappear. She stands, she questions, she feels deeply. She must be tender in love, but she is wrong when she feels wrong. This question, this maker, her scene intense. The audience may not anger with every word they say, but they can understand why she hurt. Pain does not always make people fire. Sometimes pain make people protective, sometimes it make them angry, sometimes it make them see danger even when the truth is more complicated. Nullifer must fight the storm outside her, but she must also fight the storm inside herself. Sparka also should not be seen as a even simple rival. She comes from a different world, and the world has trained her to survive with control. She know how to stand straight when eyes are judging her. She know how to hide weakness behind a calm face. Many people may look at her and remembering her origin before they see her heart. This makes her place in Arhan's world difficult. She is near power, but she is not fully safe. She must have status, but status does not always bring belonging. A place can be full of people and still feel lonely if every look carries doubt. The tension between Nullifer and Sparka become dangerous. Both people movement are strong. If one of them were weak, the storm world and quickly. But Nullifer has fire and Sparka has pride. Nullifer wants respect for her pain and her place. Sparka wants recognition for her, wants destiny and fate. Both feel they must defend themselves. Both may relieve the other is standing too close to something precious in a place she feeling cannot remain private for long. A cold look can become gossips, a hard work can become a political wound, a private argument can become a crack in the house of the ruler. Arhan stand in the middle of this place, storm while also preparing for war. This is one of the hardest part of his journey, and normal people can deal with family pain behind closed door. A sultan cannot fully do that. His home is connected to the state. If this place is divided, enemy may try to use the division. If the women of the place are in conflict, servants shall guide her and rumor travel. If Arhans appear unfair, people will judge this justice. If he stays silent, he grow wound. If they speak too harshly, another wound open. He must be husband, ruler, judge, or protector, and son of Usman all at once. This is why leadership is lonely. Many people can advise Arhans, but no one carries the final weight for him. If he makes the wrong choice, the blame falls on his name. If they show mercy, some may call him weak. If the punish, some may call him cruel. If the comfort nullifier Sparka may feel abandoned. If the product Sparka nullifier may feel betrayal. If he focus only on war, the place may burn from inside. If he focus too much on the plane, the enemy outside may prove forward. This is a test of a sultan. He must divide his heart without losing his mind. Halim's story adds another short but painful thread. Her worry for Darsan is a kind of worry that slowly eats the heart. Waiting is sometimes harder than fighting. A Varys is better can see the army. He can raise his sword and move. A person waiting for news has no sword against fear. Fear enters the mind again and again. Every should become a sign. Every messenger could bring life or death. Life tried to hold herself together, but love makes waiting heavy. When a person you care for is in danger, every minute becomes longer than a day. Doesn't place in the story matter because he knows that a person's origin does not always decide his soul. In a world divided by enemies, traps, and state and all round, doesn't stand on a remember the honor can appear where people too do expect it. He may come from a side that others fear or hate, but his action can still carry loyalty and truth. This makes life feeling deeper. She is not holding on to an empty dream. She is holding on to a person who has shown meaningful. He is not lost. Her pain will not be simple. It will be the pain of losing a bridge that might has connected to separated worlds. Through her life, the audience remember that private cost of great event. History may speak of cities, ruler, and battle, but every battle have created silence room where someone wait and carries. The victory of one side may be a heartbreak of one family. The fall of one enemy may still leave pain for deceased who love someone caught in the middle. Rulusar has become richer when it remembers this. It tells us that the road to a state is not made only with strong species. It is made with rare that history does not always count. Aladdin Bey brings a different stand to this section. He is not only Arhan's brother, he is a mind that the state need. Arhan carries the sword of command, while Aladdin carries wisdom, other order, and careful throw. A young child cannot grow only bravely. It needs la planning, knowledge, and balance. Aladdin understands this. His place beside Arhans can become one of the strongest sports of the state. If brotherhood remains stronger than pride, if it remains, enemies can create doubt between two brothers. The whole house can shake. The bond between Arhans and Aladdin must there be protected. Many states have been weakened for brother by fighting from power. The enemies know this very well. They often wait for the son for a great ruler to become divided. After the father time, they whisper compare price one against the other and make small wound larger. Ernest and Aladdin must not allow this. They must show the Usman sons can stand together. Arhans must respect Alidin's wisdom and Alidin must support Arhan's command. If they do this, the enemy loses one of these greatest hosts. Maltun Artan stands like a bridge between the old and the new one. Her presence carries the memory of Usman Bey. She has seen the dream when it was smaller and more fragile. She has seen the pain behind every gain. She now that the state was not born in one day. She now the pride of every road, every tent, every battle and every promise. When she looked at Arhan, she see more than a son. She see the truth of Usman continue in another body. Her silence is full of history. Her prayer carries the weight of the past and fear of the future. Malhun rule is also important because she reminds Arhan of her justice. A mother who has seen power closely, now the power can be dangerous if it loses its purpose. This world must be become hungry for blood. Conquest must also not pride. Victory make not make a ruler forget mercy. Malhun's memory of Usman can guide Arhan when anger and pressure become too strong. She can remind him that the state is not built only to defect enemies. It is a built to protect people, can establish order. This is the between a leader and a ruler. The shadow of Usman Bey is everywhere. Even if he is not standing in the center of the screen, his dream is alive in every scene. Barca is connected to him, Arhan's burden is connected to him, the loyalty of the earth is connected to him, the fear of enemies is connected to him. Usman planted the tree, but now Arhan must protect it from storms. The enemies believe that after the founder, the tree may become weak. They think the root may not be deep enough. Arhan must prove that the root have gone into the earth through blood, fight and patience. He must show that the dream is bigger than one once, even if that one man was great. This is the pain and beauty of legacy. A son who iterates a great dream does not inheritance only honor, he is also inheritance enemies, unfinished plan and other purpose and the expectation of people who are tired but hopeful. Arhans cannot say that he wants a simple life. His life belongs to the state now. He cannot follow only his heart. He must follow duty. He cannot think only for today. He must think of generation that will come after him. This is why his eyes often see older than his hair. The state he aged him. Responsibilities has made him grow quickly. Shansha is one of the greatest threat of this responsibility. His dangers not only become he can fight, but because he now the world Earth has come from, he understands the pride of bay, the language of traps, and the wound that ambition can touch. A frozen enemy attack from outside, but Shansha can speak to weakness inside. He can tell some people, man, that Arhan is too young, too ambition, or too different from our old way. He can make realization sound like honor. He make jealousy look that justice. The kind of enemy is different because he does not only strike with trick, his streak will present sword, but Shansha one heart is ruled by pride. Pride can make a man bold, but it can also make him blind. A proud man after things he discards is the same as dignity. He does not ask whether he is right, he only asks why others do not bow to him. Shansha wants to bring Arhans down because Arhans tries make his one hungry fear smaller. He wants to prove that he is the man who should face the future, but his ambition is not clean. It burns with anger. The fire without control destroys the hand that holds it. This may be his weakness. The emperor is different, dangerous in another way. He represents the old power of Byzantium. He has the weight of an empire behind it, with his pride, fear, and long memory. To him, Arhans is not only a frontier ruler, Arhans is a waiting. If the Ottoman grows stronger around Bursa, the old order will lose more ground. The emperor may speak with royal confidence, but behind the confidence is fear. Emperors often hide fear every behind salary and command. They do not say we are afraid, they say we must act, but the reason is still clear. Arhan's rise is the threat of their world. The clash between Arhans and the emperor is therefore larger than one battlefield. It is the clash of an old empire and a young state. The old empire has walls, tyrants, and armies, and old pride. The young state has fight, movement, hunger, and belief. The old empire believes history belongs to it because it has stood for so long. The young state believes history can change because Allah opened road for this is who struggle. This makes the conflict powerful. It is not only about who has more soldiers, it is because about whose timing is coming. The sheep at Greece are part of this clash. They are the imperial reach, the road sea of danger, the hidden strength of the plan against Arhans. If the sealed sheep sail, the enemy become more confident. If they burn, the enemies must face a truth he cannot does not want to accept. Arhans can reach beyond the wall of Versa and strike at the enemy preparation. That is what the Herbal plan mode is so meaning. It is not only an attack, it is a declaration. It says that Arhans will not let the enemy chooses the rule of war. Imagine the night accuracy. The harbor is dark. The sea moves slowly as it is the hiding secret under the surface. The ships stand like sleeping beasts, tied with rope and guided by men who believe the night belonged to them. Torches burn in a veil, wool cracked, chain moves softly, a guide called and locked with the darkness, but he said nothing. In this shallow Arhan chooses main weight, with guide breed, their hands are ready, their ships are armed. They know that if they fail, Barsa may pay the price. He knows that if they succeed, the army's great plan will begin to break before sunrise. The beauty of such a scene is the silence before the fire. The audience will be danger before another happens. The elves do not need to show to prove courage. Their courage is there in their control. They walk carefully step by step through darkness. Each man knows his duty. One watches the guard, one carries flame, one prepares the escape path. One way to strike. If the alarm is raised, the mission is like a simple body moving without many hands. If one hand fails, the body fails. This is the kind of tension that makes the saddest story. When the fire standing, it should feel like dignity from. First there is a small flame, that another that the dry world catches. The quiet harbor suddenly become full of light. Orange fire clumps the side of the ship. Smoke rise into the night. Guide short man run his confession. The sea reflects the flame but like a burning mirror. The enemy proud preparation began to turn into ash. The arms move quickly because all they do not know their success must be followed by except fire in their weapons but timing their enemies. They cannot stay and admit when they have done they must have before the enemy closes around them. This fire is more than an action movement, it is a symbol. It shows that Arhans can turn danger back toward the enemy. The ship went their mean to help surrounded Bursa now because the reason the armies feel fear, the world that have prepared for war becomes smoke in the sky. The harbor was supposed to be safe because the place where the enemy learned the Arhans reaches it longer than expected. That this is why the burning of the ship should be narrated with power. It is not just destruction, it is a strategy becoming visible. But a wide script should also show that succeed, bring with new danger. When an enemy plan is destroyed, he does not always become weaker in spirit. Sometimes he becomes more violent. The Emperor may grow colder and more determined. Shansha may become angrier and more reckless. A wounded enemy can make sudden move. He can attack earlier than planned. He may use his speed. He may try to create panic inside Barsa. He may target Arhan's family. So Arhan's success at Kriti does not end the storm. It changes the shape of the storm. This is why Arhans cannot celebrate too much. He must return to Barsa defend. He must prepare for the enemy answer. He must check the gates, the road, the watch, police, and the supplies and the loyalty of men around him. He must speak to his commanders and make sure that one think that war is already won. This is another sign of leadership. A foolish become drunk on their one victory. A wise leader uses one victory as a step toward the next duty. Arhans must keep his army ready because the greatest attack may still be ahead. A council scene after the harbor strike world should this wall Arhan stand before these by and commanders. Some are excited before the enemy ship has burned, some are worried because they now revenge will come, some are their thought. Arhan does not allow the room to become careless. He tells them that the fire at Krisi has broken one part of the enemy plan, but Barsa is still under threat. He ordered the gate to be watched more carefully. He ordered the road to be checked. He ordered passenger to move without delay. He tells every man that discipline is not more important than joy. Alidin can support him in this movement. He may remind the consul that an enemy forced to change plan can become more dangerous for a short time. Arhans may anger and say that is this why Barsar must not sleep. The brothers standing together give strength to the room. It shows the obey that the house of Usman is not divided. It also sends a message to every hidden enemy. Listen to warm the shadow. There will be no easy crack between Arhans and Alidin. The state has a ruler and a wise spotted beside him. Meanwhile, Shahinshah's reaction can be full of rage. He thought that was happening. Closes are trapped around Arhans, but Arhans has cut one of the ropes. The kind of defect brought up proud may from inside. Shahinshah may flame his man. He may blame fact, he may blame everyone except his own arrogance, but deep inside he also standing something he does not want to admit. Arhans is not as easy to defect as his hope. The realization can make him even more dangerous. Are proud enemies who feel humiliated will choose carefully over wisdom. The imperial reaction must be quieter but colder. He may stand with a hard face as the news arrived. Losing ship is not only a military loss, it is insult to imperial pride. It tells him that Arhan does not fear his reach. It tells him that the young ruler can think ahead. The emperor may become to respect Arhans as a serious enemy, even while hated it move. It make their rivalry stronger. An enemy who respects your mind will fight more carefully. The next move may be shaper. Back in Bursa, the news of the fire touches every heart differently. The soldiers feel proud before their ruler has struck the enemies before the main battle. The people feel a little hope because they fear that Arhans is not waiting helplessly. The bee become more alert because they can see the Arhan plan has power. But in the place the news does not reach every wound, Malhounds feel pride but also fear for the prize that may come. Nullifer feel relief for Bursa but has one pain remain alive. Asperka see Arhan's strength and understand more clearly why his dignity is so great. Fatma worried for everyness and every man connected to the mission. Salaams hear about war and think of Darsan. Good news of the state does not always become peace of every heart. This is one of the strongest ideas in this section. A state can win a move while its people were suffering privately. Victory outside does not heal every wound inside. Arhans may burn the enemy shape, but he still must face the fire in his place. Nullifer and Sparkle still stand in tension. Fatma and Abriza still need protection for their love. Halim still wait for news of Darsan. Alidin still has to help hold order. Malhun still worried that this young generation is walking into a storm greater than they understand. This makes the story full and layered. Nullifer's anger may grow sharper when she feels that her pain is being pushed aside because of war. In a place, public duty often comes before private healing. A wound may be told to wait, to be patient, to understand the state need, but pain does not disappear because politics in EV. Nullifer heart may ask, when we see make wound be seen, this make her conflict more human. It is not only reacted to as Perka. She is reacting to the feeling that her suffering may be treated as thus important that the great affair of man. Asparka may feel the opposite wound. She may feel that no longer what she does. He will always be judged before she is understand. If she is quiet, people may call her cold. If she speaks, they may call her proud. If she steps back, they may call her weak. If she stands firm, they may call her dangerous. This is a lonely place to live. Her pride becomes her shield because without it she may feel exposed. The more they doubt her, the more she has to hold herself stiff and distant. This can make Nullifer dislike her more, creating a circle of misunderstanding. Arhans must see this circle before it comes a larger problem. It must understand that the place does not need winner and loser between them, women. It needs order and respect. Nullifer pain must be honored and but Asperka must be clutched. Asperka place must her made clear, but Nullifer must not be made to feel forgotten. The kind of balance is difficult even in peace. In war it becomes almost impossible. But this is exactly why Arhans must go. A sultan's greatness is not only seen in how he treats enemies, it is also seen in how he gives justice to close to him. Fatima and Evidence can become a mirror to his idea of justice. Their story showed that happened when spirits become harm, innocent love. If evidence innocent is clear, then the place must learn from it. People should not destroy honor with quick judgment. Fatima here should not be punished because others are wrong. Arhans has ruler and brother must protect us even when emotions are strong. This gives Fatma and Abina's storyline a deeper meaning. This romance it become part of the state moral lesson. Halim's worry for Darsan can also test the place murky. If Darsan is from the enemy side but has shown loyalty, how should he be seen? Can the state accept a heart that crosses the line of birth and politics? Can love make people look beyond all border? This is are not easy. In a time of war, people become suspicious. They want simple answer, friend or army, lawyer or traitor, inside or outside. But life is often more complicated. Darsan's story reminds us that trust can exist in different places. The ordinary people of Versailles also faces this question in their one way. Some may have live under Byzantine rule, some may fear change, some may hope Arhans bring justice, some may only want their children to survive. Arhans must understand that a city is underwon when soldiers enter it. A city is truly won when people begin to trust the new order. If Persa is to become a strong center, Arhans must rule it with care. He protect his people, respect his life, and show the Ottoman rule is not only stronger but fairer. This is where Osman vision must grow bitter. He cannot think only the reflected the emperor or Shahinshah. He must think of what comes after victory. How will Barca be protected? How will justice be given? How will different people live under his rule? How will mistake reopen? How will farmer return to their field? How will soldier to discipline so they do not harm the innocent? How will the state become a shelter instead of just a force? This is a question that turned a variant into a state builder. Usman Bey began the dream with fight and struggle. Arhans must give it structure. A dream without structure can fade after the excitement of victory. Structure means law, order, discipline, trust and planning. It means making sure the people know where to seek justice. It means making sure soldiers do not become a burden on the people. It means building road, protecting trade and giving the city a sense of tomorrow. Arhan's real success will not be only in taking Bursa or defending it. His real success will be making Bursa alive. This gives the title Sultan more weight. A Sultan is not only a man who was sword and the throne. A Sultan is responsible for the weak, the poor, the soldier, the mother, the Arhans, the market, the road and the law. He must answer to Allah for the power he holds. If he forgets this throne becomes a test. He fails. Arhan's journey is powerful because he is learning this truth while enemies press him from every side. He must be coming just while fighting. It must become patient while more provoked. He must become wise while others expect him to act with anger. The enemies want Arhans to lose this balance. Shensha wants his envy. The emperor wants his traps. Hidden enemies want him doubtful. Placed tension want him tired. Fear want him rushed. Pride warmed him careless, but Arhans must stand above all of this. He must not let anger choose his path. He must not let fear close his eyes. He must not let yetri after me arrogant. He must remain the servant of a larger duty. This is the heart of his rest. A strong YouTube-style narration can show this being saying that Arhan's real battle is not only against two armies, his real battle is against choice. The Emperor brings choice from outside, Shansha brings choice through ambition, place bound choice through emotion, Rumal brings choice their fray. Arhans must answer all of them with order. If he can create order in the middle of fire, then he is truly ready to lead the state into a new way. The elves around Arhans help carry this order. Other warriors like the Sis who remember Usman days bring reality from the past. They have seen many storms and now the smell of betrayal. Their sport gives Arhan strength because they are not easily impressed. If such men stand behind it, the younger soldier from suffer. The younger elves bring energy and hope. They are not only defeating what they was built before. They are the fighting from the world. They will inheritance together old loyalty and young courage. May Arhan's army stronger. Before the coming battle, the army preparation should feel alive. Men check their sword again and again. Horses are fit and birches. Army is tired. Banners are prepared. Some soldiers jog softly to hear fear, some pray alone, some write what they may never send, some look at the city and promise themselves that the enemies will not press. This is detail matter because they make the war human. A battle is not only line on the map. It is made of men who now they may die but still stand. Arhan's speeches to the soldiers should be simple but powerful. He does not need it complicated word. It can remind them they were once at trouble searching for a homeland and now they carry a state on their shoulder. He can tell them that Barca is not only stone but a trust. He can say that Usman dreams watches him but their one children's future also wait for them. He can tell him that the enemy has number, pride and all power but they have fight, unity and justice. He can tell them that no sword rise for truth is alone. Such a speech will not remove fear, but it will give fear a purpose. Brave men are not men who feel nothing. Brave men are men who feel fear and still walk forward. The soldier will hear Orhan and understand that their fight is not empty. They are not trying for one-man pride, they are standing for a future. This belief can turn ordinary men into a wall stronger than stone. The enemies may call soldier, but belief cannot be counted so easily. At the same time, Arhan must protect the city from rumor. Rumor is a small weapon that can create large damage. A whisper in the market can make people panic. A lie become soldier can weaken discipline. A false story in the place can deepen wounds. Shansha may use such tracks. The emperor may use speech. Hidden message enemies may say the sheep do not burn or the other army is not weakened, that this is or that some beasts are preparing betrayal. Arhan must answer lies with truth or order. He must not allow confession to become another army inside Barca. A spy inside Barca would make the story even more tense. In wartime, every unknown faces become suspicious. A servant may hear too much, a guide may be briefed, a trader may carry message, someone may pretend to be loyal while feeling the enemy information. Arhans must carry carefully, but they must also avoid justice. It is difficult. If they are too softly, betrayal may spread. If they can act too harshly, innocent people who suffer and fear may grow. Again, must Arhans balance firmness with justice. This balance connects to the soul of the Ottoman dream. This state cannot be built only on victory. Many rulers win the battle, but not all create lasting justice. Arhan must prove that his ruler will protect his people, not only command them. If he find a traitor, he must punish clearly. If they find an innocent accused wrongly, he must protect that person with the same strength. This is how trust grows. People follow a ruler longer when they believe his justice is not blind. As the episode tension rises, every character moves closer toward decision. Nullifer must decide whether will guide her to control her. Sparka must decide whether will protect her or suffocate her. Fatma must decide how much hope she can place in a love tested by war. Avinas must decide how to live after innocence returned to him. Alliance must decide whether to hold fight while waiting for Darsan. Aladdin must decide how to spot Arhans without letting others use his name. Malhun decided how to guide the new generation without holding them back into the past. Arhans must decide how to become himself while hurting Usman. This is why this section should feel like a breath before a great storm. The real battle may be coming, but the inner battle are already happening. Every person is being tested. No one is standing still. Every silence has meaning. A look between Wolf and Sparka can carry more danger than a taunt knife. A quiet prayer from Malhun can carry more emotion than a long speech. A smile between Fatma and Avinas can give the audience hope. A lonely moment of life looking toward the door can break the heart. A calm order from Arhans can change the future of the city. This story should also show the Arhans is beginning to root beyond Barca. This does not mean they ignore the danger in front of him. It means his mind is large enough to see the next road. A leader who only survives one battle may remain small. A leader who uses one battle to open the future becomes great. Arhan's next target battle because it shows that Barca is not the final stop. The Ottoman state is not meant to freeze in place after one victory. It must grow with purpose, but growth must be wise. Expansion without order can destroy a state from inside. If Arhans moves too fast, he may leave weak point behind him. If he moves too slowly, enemies may gather strength. If he chooses target for pride, he may waste life. If he chooses them for strategy, he can build a strong future. This is why the hint of the next conquest target is excited. It showed that Orhan is not only reacting to enemies, he is shaping the map with his one vision. The audience should feel that Orhan is entering a new level of leadership. Earlier he had to prove his courage. Now he must prove his mind. Earlier he had to show the cool stand as Usman's sons. Now he must show he can stand as Usman Orhan. Earlier he fought enemies as they come. Now he must see enemies before they arrive. Their growth make the series meaningful. It is not only action, it is a maker of a ruler. A strong visual ending for this section can begin in Barca before dawn. The city is quiet but not peaceful. Torches still burn on the wall. Soldiers stand with tired eyes. Somewhere a horse stands the growth. Somewhere else a mother fishes a prayer in the place some people have not stand. Nullifer stand in thought as Parka watches the sky. Fatma holds hope like something fragile. Limes wait for news. Malhun remembers Usman. Aladdin studies the next move. Arhan stands alone for a moment, looking over the city that has become his task. The sky slowly changes color. Night is ending, but danger is not ending. Morning does not bring peace. It brings the next step. The rise of Sultan Orhan and a fire before the final war. The story of Rulus Orhan has now reached a powerful point. This is not only the story of one man holding a sword, it is a story of a young ruler who has to carry the dream of his father, the pain of his family, the weight of his people, and the danger of enemy coming from every side. Sultan Orhan is no longer only the son of Usman, but he is now the name of a new road. He is the man who must prove that the state will not fall after Usman. He must prove that the dream will not remain only a dream. He must prove that the soil watered with blood, patience, and prayer will become homeland. At the latest point of this series, the atmosphere is heavier than before. Bursa is not only a city, it is the story now. Bursa has become the heart of the whole struggle. Every plan, every secret move, every friendship, and every betrayal is toward this city. For Orhan, Bursa is not just a place to conquer. Bursa is the symbol of his father Anish Fish. It is the gate that can open a new age for the Ottoman. It Bursa becomes safe. Orhan's state becomes stronger. It Bursa fell into danger. All the work of many years can shake. That is why every scene around Bursa feels serious. Every soldier now that a small mistake can cost many lives. Every moment in the place now that the pain of war can enter the home before the sound of sword reaches the wall. Sultan Orhan stands in the middle of the storm. On one side, the Byzantine Emperor is moving with his one pride army and pride. He now that his Orhan becomes stronger, the old power of Byzantine will become weaker. On the other side, Sahinsa is not only a simple enemy, his anger is different. Before he now the land, the tribes and the old custom and the weak point of the people around Orhan. A foreign enemy can be seen from far away, but a rebel from inside the land is harder to stop. Shansha brings a different kind of fire. He uses anger, all bound and anger from power. He wants to make Orhan fight on more than one front. He wants to tire him, confuse him, and make his own people about doubt him. But Orhan is not the same man he was before. Earlier he had to win trust, he had to face loss, he had to carry blame. He had to stand up after a mistake. Now he has learned that a ruler cannot fight only with a sword. A ruler must also fight with patience. He must listen everyone is speaking loudly. He must stay calm after enemies try to make him anger. He must think about tomorrow while others are trapped in today. That is why make the latest update important. Orhan is not rushing into the field like a younger warrior who carry one victory. He is the planning like a sultan who now that one wrong move can destroy a whole future. The Emperor and Shensha try to put Orhan between two forces. Their arm is clear. They want to close the road in front of him and behind him. They want him to feel trouble. They want Versailles to feel fear. They want the people to ask whether Orhan can really protect him, but Orhan understands the game. He knows that if he waits for the enemy to come together, the danger will become larger, so he thinks ahead. He learned that ships are preparing to move from Carisi. These ships are not only bound and sailed, these are the part of the enemy larger plan. If they reach the right place, they can change the whole outcome of the war. Orhan sees this before many others understand it. This is the kind of leadership the story is showing now. The true leader does not only answer the attack, he stops the attack before it becomes complete. This is why Orhan planned against the enemy ship. Because a major point in the latest story, he does not want to wait until the enemy stand at its gates. He wants to break the enemy hand before the sword is fully raised. The idea of burning or destroy these ships before they leave the harbor show that Orhan is thinking like a state builder. He is not fighting only for today's history. He is trying to protect the road of tomorrow. If the ships are stopped, the enemy loses strength and confidence. If the plan succeeds, Barca gain hope before the war even began. But if the plan fails, Orhan may face a harder battle and the enemy may become even more dangerous. Inside Barca field, people both hope and fear. The city is preparing for a great war. Men sharp their sword, repeal armor, check horses and carry supplies. The sound of the preparation fills the street, but war is not only carried by soldiers. Women prepare food, heal wounds, comfort children and hide their one fear behind calm faces. Old men remember past battle and pray that young men will return alive. Children do not fully understand the danger, but they can feel the worry in the eye of their mothers. The silence is not silent either. Every room carries a different burden. Some people wait for news, some people hide secrets, some people act strong while their hearts are broken. In this tense time, Fatma Hotan's safe return bring a movement of life after many dark days. Her arrival back in Barsa giving the place a breath of peace. It feels like a house that has been holding its breath can finally exhale. Fatma is not only a sister or a daughter, she is a part of the heart of this family. Her return reminds everyone that even in war, life still has memory of murky. But this happiness is not simple. It comes after danger, pain and doubt. This is why it feels more valuable when a person returns from the edge of death. Every smile around them carries inside it. The story of Fatma and Irunaz also gain new hope. Their path has not been easy. Love in this world is never only love. It is tested by loyalty, family, duty, political pressure, and education and the harsh rule of the time. Everyness has faced suspicion and pain. Fatma has faced pressure from her own heart and from the world around her. Now when his innocence becomes clear, a closed door seems to open again. Their unfinished story gets another change. But in Kulus Arhan's happiness is really safe just when two hearts move closer. The shadow of war stretches over them. The question is not only with her, they love each other. The real question is with her, if their love can survive the storm around them. Fatma's character is important because she shows the quiet strength of a woman who has grown inside a powerful family. She is not careless, she is not weak, she thinks before she speaks and she carries the honor of her family father house. But she also has a heart. She can feel love, fear and longing. This makes her story emotional. This is not only a name in the play. She is a woman standing between duty and feeling. Many viewers connect with her because her struggle is human. She wants peace, but the world keeps pulling her into conflict. She wants love, but the road to love is full of pain. She wants truth, but truth someone arrives late and leaves scared. Avinash also have a strong place in this section of the story. His pain is not only about proving himself innocent, this is about being seen for how it truly is the time where suspicion can destroy a man. Clearing his name is like getting his life back. For him, Fatma trust matter as such as the judgment of the other. Avaris can face arrows, word and presence, but the world of being doubted by this is he love is deeper. When the truth began to cut out, it gave his character a new energy. He can stand taller. He can look at Fatma without the same heaviness, yet he still has to prove that his future is not controlled by the lies of the past. While Fatma and Happiness being emotional hope, another storm grows between Nullifer, Houghton and Asperka. Their conflict is not simple jealousy, it is a mix with love, loss, pride and pain, and the complicated world of place politics. Nullifer has suffered deeply, and the news connected to Daphne hit her heart like a blade. Losing a sister or someone close is not just a private wound in this kind of story, it becomes part of larger file. Nullifer anger turn avoid Asperka and the tension between them becomes sharper. In a place where every world can travel from one room to another, their conflict can affect more than their personal lives. It can weaken the pace inside Orhan's one homes. Nullifer Hatun pain is powerful, but she is only showing as a wife, she is a mother. A woman of fight, a woman of love, and a woman who has had to believe herself through hardship. His heart carries her tenderness, but he also carries fire. When she feels bitter wonder, she does not silence easily. The latest tension with Asperka show a dangerous point in her story. She is hurt and hurt people can make decisions, can change everything. But Nullifer is not a simple anger character. Her anger comes from love and loss. This makes it more painful to watch. Viewer can understand her even why they fear when she make do nest. Asperka is also not a simple rebel. She comes from a different world without training and different duties. She is intelligent, control, and used to place rules. She understands power in a way that many people around Arhan may not, but because of her background and her place in Arhan's life, people may always look at her with doubt. For Nullifer, Asparka can feel like a threat to love, family, and memory. For Asparka, Nullifer anger can feel unfair and dangerous. This makes their scene strong because both humans carry reason for their emotion. The audience may not anger with every action, but they feel the pain behind the words. Arhan is caught in a mother of this private storm while he also faces public war. This is one of the hardest parts of being a ruler. A normal man can close his door and deal with family pain in silence. A sultan cannot. His home is connected to the stage, his marriage, his children, his sister, his brother, and his closest people all become part of politics. His peace become inside his place. Enemy outside can use it. Arhan must understand the heart around him while also preparing for armies. He must calm anger without losing weak. He must give justice without losing love. This is not easy, and this is why his position feel heavy. Alidin B also become important in the larger people. He is not only Arhan's brother, he is a man of knowledge, duty, and state mind. His presence gives the story a different kind of strength, while Arhan often carries the sword and battlefield decision. Alidin represents thought, order, and wisdom, but even brother bout power can create tension. The old question of succession and leadership may not fully disappear. A state is never built by one man alone, but it also cannot have two centers of command. Alidin must stand beside Arhan in a way that helps the state. Arhan must value Alidin without allowing conversion in leadership. Their brotherhood in one of the pillars can either strong that the new state or shake it if right enter between them. Malhul Hatton presents add another emotional layer as Usman B's wife and the mother of his children. She carries the memory of the old generation. She has seen sacrifice. She has seen the birth of her dream. She now what has spied so Arhan could stand where he stands now. In the latter stage, her role is not only to speak as a mother, she represents the dignity of the past. When people look at her, she remembers Usman. They remember the day when the state was still growing from a smaller root. Her eye can remind Arhan that his history is not from only one pride, it is for the trust left behind by his father. The absence of Usman Bey active rule changed the emotional world of the series. Even when he is not standing in the center, his name is everywhere. Arhan's decisions are measured against Usman's dream. The people ask whether the son can carry the father weight. Enemies test him because they believe the time after a great leader is always dangerous. This is true in many histories. When a strong founder leaves, rival often think the house will become weak. They expect brother to fight, tribe to divide, soldier to lose fight, and enemies to rise. Arhan's challenge is to prove the opposite. He must show that Arhan's Usman did not build a dream that died with one man. He built a state that can continue. This idea gives the latest war plan more meaning. If Arhan defeats the enemies around Bursa, he is not only winning a battle, he is answering everyone who doubt him. He is telling the Imperial that the Osman are not finished. He is telling Seneca that old pride cannot defect a new order. He is telling the tribe that the road is still open. He is telling his family that their pain was not wasted. He is telling himself that he can carry the burden. This is why the final war preparation feels larger than one episode. It feels like a test of the whole series. Sahinsha's rule is especially dangerous because he is driven by ambition. A man who wants people can be with someone, but a man who is burning with pride is harder to stop. Shahinshah does not only want to defect Arhan, he wants to prove that Arhan's way is wrong. He does not trust change. He holds tightly to the old way and sees new decision as weakness or madness. This makes him more than a villain with a sword. He became a symbol of resistance against the future. Arhan, on the other hand, must move forward. He must use tradition but not become a prisoner of it. He must respect the old way but still build something larger. Their clash is not only personal, it is the clash between a close past and an opening future. The Byzantine Empire also carries his one fear. Imperial do not always show fear with tires, something they should fear this through smile, armies, plan and threats. Byzantine see Orhan's rise as a warning. A small power is becoming a stronger state. A young ruler is learning to play the game of king. A carry cities like Bursa can become a base for stronger expansion. This is why the emperor cannot ignore Orhan. If he waits too long, Orhan may become too powerful to stop. This is why the enemy move with force, but force also alone may be enough because Orhan is not only fighting with courage, he is fighting with timing. The Creasy Harbor Plan is a strong example of timing. Many leaders can show bravery after the enemy attack, but fewer can read the enemy before the attack is incomplete. Orhan's move toward the ship show that he understands war has a chain. If you break one link, the whole chain can fall. The shape can make carry supplies or advantage. If they burn before they smile and enemy's plan lose shape, the soldier who was waiting for support may feel abandoned. The commander may start blaming each other. Fear may enter the enemy's side before the sword meet. This is how a wise ruler wins battle without wasting many leaves. But such a plan is full of risks. Fire is not easy to control. Secret movement can be exposed. A CP can run everything. A royal soldier can die before the mission begins. If Orhan sends his best man, the may he lose them. If he sends weaker men, the plan may fail. If he delays, the ship may leave. If he moves too early, the enemies may change position. This is the pressure on him. The audience feels this pressure before because the stakes are clear. This is not a random attack. This is has a knife placed at the heart of the enemy plan. It must strike at the right moment. Orhan's help show reality and strength. Men like Kantrali, Abdurrahman and others give the story its very spirit. These are not just fighting standing in the background. They are the arm of Orhan wheel. Their trust give him power. A ruler can have the best plan in the world, but if his men do not believe in him, the plan died before the battle. The earth believe because they have seen Orhan suffer with them, fight with them, and stand with them. Their bond is different from fear. Soldier on only obey out of fear may run when death comes close. Soldier may obey out of love and belief can work into fire. Presence bring money and loyalty with the liar world of Usman. He connects the old generation with the new one. Character like him remind viewer that the story did not begin with Orhan. It began with a long road, many sacrifices, and many friends like along the way. When stand beside Orhan, it feels like the past is giving support to the future. His loyalty is not empty. He has seen enough battle to know when a leader is worthy. If he stands with Orhan, he gives Orhan more moral strength. The young frightened also represent a new age. They are not only protecting when already assist. They are helping build what he not yet fully alive from them. The state is not just a memory of Usman, it is the world they will love him. Their courage is mixed with hope. They want land, justice, honor and the future of their families. This makes the war preparation emotional. Behind every sword is the home. Behind every horse is someone waiting. Behind every warrior shot is a mother prayer. The series works best when it reminds us that history is not only made by famous names. It is made by many unknown hearts standing together. Lime's storyline bring another kind of pain, but wait for Darsan. But the news she receives written to break her oath. Waiting is sometimes better than fighting. Our warriors at least see the enemy in front of him, a person waiting in a place fight with imagination. Every footstep may bring good news or disaster. Every silence becomes heavy. Lime's love for Darsan is complicated because he comes from the enemy side. Yes, his heart has shown courage and devotion. Their story asks whether love can cross the border created by blood, tribes, and war. In peaceful time, maybe such love will be easier. In this world, it become a test. Doesn't possible fat creates solo become. He is not only a lover, he is a symbol of the idea that a person but do not always decide his soil. He may come from the other side, but bravery and loyalty can grow in unexpected places. If he suffer or died, the pain is not only in lives, it becomes a reminder that what destroy many hearts the world have lived differently. This is one reason cruise Orhans can be motion even when it is a full of battle. The strongest wounds are not always made by swords, some are made by lost changing. Slime's pain also reflects the burden women carry in a war story. They may not always stand in the front line with sword, but they face another battlefield. They face waiting, lost memory, and the need to remain strong when the men around them break. Lime's heart may be full of fear, but she cannot her left history, her spirit. She must carry herself with dignity. This is why her scene can touch the audience. They show the love in this world is not soft or easy. It is a brave in this one quiet way. At Barsa prepare for the fall war, the unity of idea become very important. Arhans cannot win if everyone is divided. He needs the elves, the bay, the women of the place, the people of the city, and even those who once doubted him. A state is like a tent. If one roll breaks, the tent may shake. Arhans may tight every rope again. He must turn fear into discipline. He must turn anger into strength. He must turn grief into patience. This is the work of a ruler before the battle began. Wanted heart can be harder than beginning land. The enemy want to create crack inside this unity. Shenxia's side can use triple pride. The Imperial can use political pressure. Other hidden enemy can spread rumor. A whisper in the marking can do damage before a sword is drawn. People may start asking if the war is too large, if Arhans is too young, if the state is moving too fast, if the old way will suffer. These doubts are dangerous. Arhan must answer them with speeches only, but with action. He must show that his plan is strong. He must show that he sees what others do not see. He must show that the road ahead, even if difficult, is the right road. This is why Arhans can matter. A ruler who panic make the people panic. A ruler who become cruel out of fear lost respect. A ruler who ignore danger become foolish. Arhans must stand between this is extreme. He must be freedom without being blind. He must be merciful without being weak. He must panic betrayal without becoming unjust. This balance is the real test of leadership. Many men can win one battle. Flower can build a just over after betrayal. The latest update also point toward Arhan's next target. This is very important idea. A true does not show up after one success, but he also did not move without reason. Every new target must be part of a larger plan. For Arhans, the road after Barsa may lead to greater horizon. The story hints at his eyes and now looking beyond one city. This gives the audience excitement because the journey is not finished. Barsa may be a great step, but the Ottoman future is much larger. Arhan's mind is already moving toward the next page of the history. This future reaction makes the series feel wider. The story started with local struggle, family tension, and the fight to continue Osman dreams. Now it began to open a bigger world. The Ottomans are no longer only defending themselves, they are preparing to shape the region. This change is important. Defense is about survival, expansive is about version. Arhan must prove that he knows the difference. If he experts too quickly, he may weaken this base. If wait too long, enemies may gather again. This is the difficult road of state building. The emotional heart of this section is that everyone is changing. Arhans is changing from a brave son into a wise sultan. Nulfar is changing through grief and anger. Asparka is facing the harsh reality of living between two worlds. Fatima is standing between love and duty. Avarice is coming out from the shadow of doubt. Limes is facing the possible loss of the man she loved. Aladdin is finding his place beside his brother. Malhan is watching the next generation carrying the dream she once protected beside Usman. Even the enemies are changing because they now understand that Arhans is not easy to defect. This kind of storytelling works because it does not depend only on war scene. This war is important, but the people inside the war are more important. If the audience does not care about Fatma, that her return mean little. If the audience does not feel Nullifer pain, then her anger look empty. If the audience does not understand Arhan's burden, then his plan look like normal battle tactics. But when these emotions are clean, every event becomes deeper. A ship burning in the harbor is not only an action scene, it is a result of fear, strategy, sacrifice, and hope. A play's argument is not only drama, it is a crack that can affect the state. A lover waiting for news is not only romance, it is the human cost of war. In Easy Word, the latest part of Guru's Arhans is about pressure. Pressure from outside enemy, pressure from family wound, pressure from love, pressure from history. Pressure from the people who expect Arhans is to be strong. This pressure can crush a weak man, but it can shape great ruler. Arhans is being shaped by every problem around him, each betrayal teaching his passion, each loss teaching his mercury. Each battle teaches him timing, each family conflict teaches him patience. By the time he stands before the Great War, he is not the same person who began the journey. The camera of the imagination can open on Bursa at night, the city is awake. Torches burn on the wall, soldiers may quietly throw the street, a blacksmith strike hot iron, and each sound feels like the beat of the heart. In the place, women speak in low voice. No one wants to say the word fear, but fear is present. In the distance, horses breathe in the cool air. A passenger arrives covered in dust. His face tells everyone that the news is serious before his mouth opens. Somewhere Arhan stands over a map, his eyes fixed on the road at Kadisi. He now the enemy think he is trapped. He now they expect him to defect only Barsa, but Ahmed is already thinking of the sea, the shape and the fire that can change the night. This is the kind of opening that can make a strong YouTube narration. The narrator can speak slowly and say the Sultan Arhas has entered the more dangerous state of his rule. The enemy believe Barsa can be surrounded. Standard believe ambition can defy loyalty. The imperial believe all power can stop a rising state, but they all forget one thing. Arhas is the son of Osman. He has ground under the swallow of a dream that was bigger than fear. He does not steal Bursa as only stone wall. He sees it as the first real throne of a future empire. Then the narration can move toward the place. Nullifer walked with pain in her heart. Sparkle stands with cold control, but inside her there is also a storm. Fatma trying to breathe after danger, while everyness carries the weight of a man who has finally seen to return to his side. Limes wait for Darsan, and everyone around her feel like it become a wound. Malhun watches all of them and understands that the hardest battles are not always outside the gates. Sometimes the state must first survive the first wire. Inside his wound, the strength of his action is that it can connect every storyline of to Arhan's main journey. Nullifer and Sparka are not separate from the wall. Their conflict can affect Arhan's peace of mind. Fatma and Avinas are not separate from politics. Their union and Copernican can affect loyalty and trust. Limes and Darsan are not only a love story, they show the price of war and the changings of human goodness across enemy lines. Alidin is not only a brother, he is a part of the state. Brian Malhun is not only a mother. She is the living memory of Osman's dream. Everything is connected because our state is not built in one battlefield only. It is built in houses, council, prisons, tribal, harbor, and the city walls. As the episode reaches the idea of total war, the narration should become stronger. Bursa is preparing not for a small fight but for a battle that can decide the next chapter. Arhans now that two enemies are moving toward him. One comes with imperial pride, the other comes with personal ambition. If they join their strength fully, the danger will be great. So Arhans chooses action before the trap closes. This is the moment where the audience sees the difference between a leader who reacts and a leader who creates his own path. Arhans does not wait for history to push him, he pushes history with his one hand. The plan against the ship can be destroyed with tension. The night is dark, the harbor is guarded, the sea looks quiet, but under that quietness there is danger. The enemy ship wait like sleeping beasts. If they sail, they may bring death to Bursa. If they burn, they may become the first sign of Arhan history. Every step toward the harbor must be careful. Every sound can expose the mission. Every frame must be placed with courage. In such a moment, the viewer understands that war is not always loud. Sometimes the fact of thousand depend on a few silent steps in the dark. Arhan's mind during this plan can be shown can calm but heavy. He may remember Usman Bears. He may remember the first lesson of leadership. He may remember how his father looked at Barca not with greed but with belief. He may think of the soldiers sleeping before battle, the mother playing at home, in the children who deserve a safe morning, and the enemies who believe the Ottoman flame can he put out. Then he make this decision. He will not let the enemy chooses the ground. He will strike first not because he is reckless but because he understands the movement. A strong strip must also show the Arhan's history. If he calm will not solve every problems at once. Shahinshah wanted to defect Arhans not only for strategy but to prove himself that personal fire may push him into mistake. The Emperor is different. His danger comes from the old power of Byzantium. He represents a world that does not want to accept Arhans. Rise for Byzantium, the growing Ottoman state is not a small problem anymore. It is a future threat. If Orhan holds Bursa and grows stronger, he can change the balance of the region. The Emperor understood that the time is to stop him, maybe now, so they move with force, pride, and fear hidden behind royal confidence. Empires do not like to admit fear, they call it strategy, but fear is often the reason behind Hirsch's move. The clash between Orhan and the Emperor is larger than one battle. It is a clash between an old empire trying to hold its place and a young state trying to rise. The old power has wall, title, armies, and memory. The new power has fight, movement, hunger, and belief. The old power think history belongs to it. The new power believe history can be written again. This makes the conflict excited because it is only about who has more soldier. It is about whose time has come. Arhan's plan against at Krisi ship fit this larger conflict. He is not trying to match the enemy. It is the way the enemies want. He is choosing his one method. If the Emperor accepts Arhan to wait at Bursa, Arhan looked to the harbor. If Shansha expect him to become trapped between forces, Arhan trying to break one force before the trap closes. This is intelligent wars. Arhan now he may not always have too larger army, but he can have battle timing. He can retreat where the enemy feels safe. He can turn the enemy preparation into weakness. The night before such a mission will be full of tension. Imagine the harbor under dark cloud. The sea moves slowly like it is hiding secret. The ship stand in the water. Quiet but dangerous. Guide walk into torches. Ropes move in the wind. Somewhere in the shadow, Arhan's men watch every step. They know that a single sound can run everything. Their hearts are ready. Their breathing is slow. Their hearts are beating fast. They are not afraid of that, but they know the plan must succeed. Bursa safely may defend on his night. This is a kind of scene that should be written with strong emotion and simple words. The audience should feel the silence. They should feel the danger before the fire. They should understand that courage is not always loud. Sometimes courage is walking quietly through darkness with that only a few steps away. Sometimes it is holding a flame in your hand and knowing that if you fail, people may suffer. The burning of the ship, if it happens, should feel like a turning point, not only an action scene. Arhan's well during this movement should be calm, not because he has no fear, but because he had mastered it. True bravery is not the absence of fear. It is the control over fear. Arhan has people to protect. He has a family that is already surrounded. He has soldiers who trust him. He has a city that waits for him. He has a smart memory behind him and a future state in front of him. Any man would feel fear under such weight, but Arhan cannot let fear command him. He must his duty command him. When he looked toward the ship, he may see more than enemy vessel. He may see the shape of the trap around Bursa. He may see the imperial pride, Shahinshah ambition, and the possible suffering of his people. He may remember his father's word about patience and timing. He may remember the grave of man who died so this dream could live. In that moment, the fire he planned to send over the harbor become more than flame. It began the answer of a ruler who focused to be surrounded. At the same time, the place does not stop breathing. It one pain. Nullifer may be alone in her room, holding grief like a hidden knife. Asperka may stand near a window, Looking out at a city that still does not fully accept her, Fatma may speak softly with those who help her, trying to hold happiness in a world that keeps pulling it away. Lives may wait for news that can save or destroy the hope. Maldun may pray for their children and for the state. Alidin may think about the next step in the plan, success or fail. Every person is connected to the same night in a different way. This connection is what makes the same strong. The war outside reflects the war inside. The enemy trying to surround Barsa while pain tries to surround the place. Arhans must break Baur's circle, he must break the military trap with strategy, and he must break the emotional trap with wisdom. If the place becomes divided, even victory outside will become better. In the enemy wins, but the family fail bitterness. The state will carry a wound, so the true goal is only conquest. The true goal is order. Order is the key word in Arhan's journey. Usman may build the spirit of the state. Arhan may build it order. Spirit gives strength, but order makes strength last. The trap can move with emotion. But a state needs rule, discipline, justice, threats, rule, trust, and structures. Arhan is stripping into the larger rule. He must think beyond one battle. He must think about how Barsa will be gone. He protected, how be protected, how never group will live together. How soldier will be paid, how justice will be given, how the next target will fit the future. This is why he cannot act like only a warrior. A warrior may case glory, a sultan must case stability. Glory can feel strong, but stability feed people. Glory can make cheers for one night, but justice make them loyal for generations. Arhan must understand this. He must not fight Barsa war only to create a moment of fame. He must fight it to create a lasting foundation. Every enemy he defect must make the state suffer. Every city he take must become part of a larger order. Every decision must serve the dream, not just his pride. This makes the next target as important. After Barsa, Arhan's eye must move forward. A leader who step after one success may lose momentum, but a leader who moves too fast may lose control. The new target must be chosen with wisdom. It openly a road, protect a border, weaken a dangerous enemy, or strengthen the state position. The latest update hint the Arhans is already looking ahead. They make the audience feel that the story is expected. Barsa is not the end, it is gate. A gate is powerful because it means entrance. Barsa can become the entrance to a new era. Before Barsa, the Ottoman dream may feel like a growing power. After Barsa, it can feel like a real street with a stronger heart. This is why so much emotion gathers around the city. The walls of Barsa are only stone. They are the line between old struggle and now authority. If Arhan crosses the line with wisdom, his name will grow. If he fails, the dream will suffer. The people of Barsa are part of this change. Some may fear the Ottomans, some may hope for justice, some may only want peace after a year of uncertainty. Arhans must understand that taking a city is easier than winning its people. A city can open its gates, but heart opens slowly. It Arhans wants Barsa to become the heart of his state. He must slow murky order and fairness. He must make people believe that his rule is only struggle, much better. This is a true victory after the battle. This idea can be used beautiful in the script. The narrator can say that Arhans is not fighting to destroy Barsa, he is fighting to make Barsa live under a new future. He did not want empty wall, he wants a living city. He does not want fear to the foundation of his rule, he wants trust. This makes this leadership different from those who only want people. A conqueror who only takes land become a passing storm. A ruler who brings justice become history. In the army, the Alp understand Arhan's heart. They now he does not send them to death for pride. They now every mission has meaning. This is why their reality is strong. A soldier can feel when a leader wears sleep. A soldier can also feel when a leader carries pain for every man he sends into danger. Arhan's men follow him because they believe he sent with them. He is not a distant ruler hiding behind wall. He is a man ready to share risk. This bond gives the army courage, and the order as being the memory of past battle. They have seen the road from the time of Usman. Their presence gives Arhans a living link to the beginning of the dream. While they stand beside him, it is like the old frame is burning. Their loyalty is important because they are not easy fools. They have seen many leaders, many war, many betrayal. If they trust Orhan, that must mean something. It tells the younger warrior that the son is worthy of the father part. The younger elves can carry another kind of energy. They are the future mescal of the state. They may not have seen all the old struggle, but they have grown inside the dream that Usman began. For them, Orhan's rule in the world that will help, but they fight them only for memory, but for what their children mean inheritance. They give them hunger and hope. They are not defending grounds, they are building tomorrow. Their swords are not only weapons, they are the toll of history, yet the secret should be make war look easy. Every soldier who died may only not return, every victory asks for a price. The sound of horse may excite the heart, but behind the sound are families who will wear the shining sword, who look heroic, but it part often end in blood. This balance is important. Kuru's earth has become stronger, but it shows courage and goes together. If war is showing only as glory, the story becomes shallow. If it shows sacrifice, it becomes deeper. The scene before battle can show this cost. A younger Habs can may tie his belt while remember her mother's face. Another may touch the small knife his father gave him. One may love to hide fear, one may pray in silence, one may look at Bursa wall and promise himself he will not let the enemy pass. This is small human detail make the army feel alive. They remind the audience that history is made by people with heart, not only by names in books. In the plays, similar slum detail can carry emotion. Nullifer may fold her clothes slowly while her mind is far away. Sparka may hurt a whisper and pretend near to hear them. Fatma may smile but hold her tightly because she knows happiness is fragile. Her limbs may keep looking toward the door. Malhus may touch something that belongs to Usman and gets a strong strength from memory. This movement makes the audience feel the world inside the story. They create deep, without needed complicated words. The secret should keep the language simple but emotional. It should be repeat the same idea again and again. Each paragraph should move the story forward. First show the pressure on Bursa, then show Arhan's plan, then show the place bound, then show the enemy intention, then return to Arhan's leadership. The structure helps the audience stay connected. They understand the latest update, but they also feel a fresh version of it. The world should sound original, like a new variation, now like a copied summary. A good opening voice could say that the might over Bursa is not only a simple night, it is a night before dignity turned its face. Sultan Orhan, now that the Emperor and Shahinshah believe that they found a way to trap him, they think that they space him, become armies between and make him choice around fear and surrender. But Orhan has already started his answer. He has learned about the enemy hidden strength. He has turned his eyes toward Carissa before the enemy ship can touch the sea of war. He wanted to turn them into ash. Then the narration can shift to the place when while Arhans prepare a plan that can change the battle. Bursa places in full of broken feeling. Fatma return brings joy, but joy is not safe in a house surrounded by danger. Everyone see hope again, but his heart still remember the pain of doubted. Nullifer wound grows sharper when Asperka stands near her word. Asperka refuses to disappear because she also has pride and dignity. The lines wait for Darsan and every silence feels like a dark answer. Malhan watches the episode and understands that the state is being tested not only by enemies but by its one heart. The kind of narration gives the audience a full picture. It does not focus only on battle or only on romance. It connects everything. The state is a living body. The army is its arms. The place is its heart. The concert is its mind. The people are its breath. If one part suffers, the whole body feels it. Arhan's duty is to keep the body alive. He must protect the arm from enemy sword, the heart from inner wound, the mind from confession, and the breath from fire. The Emperor and Shahinshah do not understand this fully. They think Arhan can be defeated by pressure. They believe if they bring enough soldiers and create enough fear, and young ruler will make a mistake. But Arhas has already learned from the Hurt school of leadership. He knows that fear is a weapon. If he allows fear to spread in Bursa, the enemy win before the battle. So he must give his people something stronger than fear. He must give them belief. Belief is not created by empty words, it is created by action. When people hear that Arhans has a plan, it feels they see danger. When soldiers see that he knows the enemy movement, they stand tighter. When bees see that he is not confused, they become more careful with their doubt. When enemies see their one plan burning, they begin to question themselves. This is how leadership works. When clear move can change the mood of thousands, but Arhans also needed patience if they become too proud after one success. The enemy can trap him again if he trusts every smile face. Betrayal can enter the tent if he treats every double as a trailer. He can create new enemies inside his one side. This is a line he must walk. It is narrow and dangerous. A ruler must know the difference between honest fear and hidden betrayal. He must know the difference between advance and manipulation. He must know that the difference between mercy and weakness. This is why Arhan Rise is not easy. These series show the becoming a sultan is not only about sitting on a throne. The throne is not a comfort, it is a place where every eye look at you and every mistake become larger. A normal man can make a wrong decision and hurt only one life. A sultan can make a wrong decision and hurt a city, an army, and a generations. Arhans nowadays, this is why his face carries heaviness. He may be young, but the burden on him is old. He come from many battles before him and many hope after him. This is the reason viewers connect with Arhan's journey. They are not only watching a warrior win fight, they are watching a man grow under pressure. They see it in him learning that power is not freedom, power is responsibilities. The more power he has, the less he belongs to himself. His time belongs to the state, his choice belongs to the people, his family pain become part of public order, his grief must wait, become soldier need older, his heart must stay strong because the city need hope. Nullifer Pain tells him side of him. He may want to comfort her as a husband, but he must also think as a ruler. Asperka Present tells him differently. He may need her place for political reason, emotional reason, or dignity part. But he must also protect the place with division. Fatma Happiness tested him because he must allow love to live without letting duty break. Lime Suffering tests his mercy. Aladdin rule tests his brotherhood. Malhun memory tests his loyalty to Usman path. Every close person become a mirror showing with her Arhans can become love and rule. Their conflict with Nullifer and Asperka should be written with care. It should not turn into blame. Nullifer is not just jealous, Asperka is not just proud, but both women are trapped by the world around him. Nullifer fear loses the place he earned through love and pain. Asperka fear being judged forever as an outside. Arhan's place is not easy for either of them. They are both strong, but strength does not remove her. Sometimes strong people suffer more quietly because they refuse to look weak. A strong scene should be Nullifer speaking with controlled fire. She does not shoot at first. Her voice is low, but every word carries pain. She tells Arhan that the wound inside the place can become more dangerous than an enemy outside the wall. Arhan listened, but his eyes showed that he is full of pulled eyes from every side. Asperka stands not far away, hearing enough to understand that her name is again at the center of the storm. She does not bend her head. She has survived too much to despair. Now the hair becomes tired, no sword is drawn, but the scene feels like a duel. This kind of play scene can be as powerful as battle. In battle, the danger is visible. If the place, the danger is hidden behind word. A wrong sentence can open a wound. A look cold can satiate anger. A secret can travel faster than a house. A woman's pain can become political problems. A man's silence can be understood as betrayal. This is why Arhans must be careful even when no enemy soldier is near. His home is also a battlefield. Fatma's scene can bring relief after such tension. Her return can be shown with warmth. The people who love her gather around her for a moment. He plays remember how to smile, everyone see her and feel that the darkness around his name is lifting. Their eyes meet with all the world they cannot see in front of everyone. But even this joy has a question inside it. Can happiness live in the same house where war is being prepared? Can love survive when every road may lead to battle? Their story gives the audience emotional hope but not full comfort. Happiness can be written as a man who has honor but not forgotten pain. He does not need to speak too much. His silence can show that he has cared. When people doubt him, he stood alone. When the truth gave him strength, but the memory remained. His love for Fatma is not childish. It is serious, tested, and shaped by hardship. This makes their bond stronger. The audience can believe that their happiness is protective with means something. Lions should be softer but full of sadness. She waited for Darsan like someone waited for Dan long a night. Every person who entered the room made her heart stop for a second. She tried to ask calmly, but the fear in her voice gave her away. If news is Darsan is bad, she may feel like a part her future has been stolen. If there is hope, she will hide it tightly. Her love showed that even in a war story, the heart keeps looking for light. This is important because viewer and emotional variety. If seen every is only battle, the story become heavy in one way. If every scene is only one place tension, the story loses movement. A strong section between danger, hope, anger, memory and strategy. The way the audience feels the full word of rules Orhan, they see that the state is not only made by general and rules. It is made by lovers, mothers, brothers, soldiers, servants, managers, and ordinary people try to survive. The ordinary people of Barsa should not be forgotten. They are the reason the state must stand. A ruler who forgets the people become empty. Arhans must remember the shopkeeper closing his till early because of fear. He must remember the farmer bringing grain for the army. He must remember the child asking his father will return. He must remember the old praying at night. This is people may not sit at the concert, but the concert exists for him. Their peace is the true goal. This gives Arhan's moral strength. When he prepared to burn the ship, he is not doing it only to defect a real. He is doing it so stray people do not face a war's attack. He is doing it so Barsa does not become a place of scream. He is doing it to Usman dream can become a shelter, not only a banner. This makes his plan noble. It is not a track for responsible pride. It is a shield burnt from fire. A narrator can say that the enemy thought Arhans were surrounded, but they did not understand that a surrounded man with Versan can still find the open road. The Meader counted his soldiers, Shensha changing his change, but Arhans counted the time, the Herbert, the fear of the people, the strength of his helps, and the weakness in the enemy plan. He said the same point where the enemy was not ready. The point was Creasy, the point was the sheep, the point was the night before the sea become a person against Barsa. When a fire finally rises, it should feel like a sky itself as answer. Flames climb the dark shape of the ship, guide short men run, the ship reflect orange light, smoke cover the harbor, the enemy proud preparation turn into confession. Arhan's men move fast, shrinking who needed and leaving before the trap can also around them. The sound of burning wood becomes the sound of a plan breaking. For away Barsa may not yet seen the flame, but dignity has already shifted. The scene should not too long, but it should be vivid. The audience should feel the heat, the danger and the speed. They should feel like the elves are icing everything. They should feel like the enemy is choking. They should feel that the earth's might has reached farther than the enemy expected. This gives this section a strong middle point. It turned planning into action. After the burning of the ship, the story should not become calm. In fact, the danger may increase. A wounded enemy may often become into violence. The emperor may become anger because his plane has been damaged. Shansha may become more despair because Arhans has shown strength. Despair can do dangerous things. They can mean attack sooner than expected. They may look for revenge inside Barsa. They may use beans, spices or lies. Arhan's success therefore creates a new kind of danger. Victory is not the end of the test, it is the start of the test next one. This is important for the flow of the script. Every success should open any questions. If the ship burned, what will be Imperial to next? If Shahinshah want his plan is weakened, will he directly or use his betrayal? If Arhan's gained confidence, can be also heal the place? If Barsa feel hope, can the hope service the final attack? This is question keep the audience watching. They make this section feel alive. Arhan's next step after the harbor plan should show maturity. He cannot celebrate too early. He must return to Barsa defend. He must prepare the soldier for the enemy next move. He must speak to the people if needed. He must climb the council. He must deal with pleasant tension. He must protect the city from spins. He must think about supplies, gates, roads, and hidden passage. A great plan is only useful if the leader knows what come after it. The concert seal can be strong. Orhan stand before the bay and commanders. Some feel show respect, some show worry, some side silent doubt. He explained that the enemy plan has been tracked when the war is not even. He tells them the Barca must not sleep. He tells them that every gate must be watched, every soldier must know his place, and every man must discipline. He does not speak with empty pride, he speaks with controlled power. This makes the man believe him. Shansha can also be shown receiving the news. His anger rises because Orhan has no act like a trapped ruler. He respected a proud man hated being outplayer. He may become player other. He may tidy his plan. He may decide that he cannot other Orhan from outside. He will try to break him through inner weakness. This gives his character danger. He is not finished. In fact, he may become more after Filer. The imperial reaction could be cooler. He may not shout like Shansha. He may stay at a news with the faith that high in range for an imperial losing ship is only a material loss. It is an insult. It tells him black Orhans can reach before it plane and burn them. The kind of message can shake pride. He may decide to answer with greater force. He may also begin to expert Orhan's more, even while smiling hated it. It creates a stronger rivalry. Respect between enemy can make a story more powerful. If the enemy is foolish, victory feel easy. But if the enemy is intelligent and dangerous, Orhan's victory feel meaningful. The Imperial should see that Orhan is not a simple frontier bee. He is becoming a ruler who can think ahead. Shansha should see that Orhan is not weak. Because he value order, this make bout enemy more determined. It also make the audience understand that the final clash will be serious. Back in the place, the news of Orhan's move can affect everyone directly. Orhan's may pride but also fear because she know every bold move carries a price. Nullifer may feel relieved that Orhan has protected Barca, but her personal pain may still remain. Asperka may see Orhan's strength and understand why Dictionary has placed him at the center. Fatma may pray for Avrinas and the Earl. Salim may connect every word respect with Darsan possible fact. This new news touches each heart in a different way. This is another way to avoid repetition. Do not say everyone has happy or afraid. Show how each people feels based on their one story. Malhoun's feel the past and future together. Nullifer feel love mixed with anger. Sparka feel admiration mixed with loneliness. Fatma may feel mixed with love. Malaim's may feel mixed with uncertainty. Alauddin feel responsibilities mixed with calculations. Orhan's feel duty mixed with pressure. It gives the section depth. Alauddin conversation with Orhan can be useful there. He may remind Orhan that burning the ship the enemy, but it may also change them to tactics. Orhan may answer that he knows this, but a leader must something force the enemy to move before the enemy is leader. Alauddin may anger and add the Barca inner order must be protective. This brotherly exchange can show trust and intelligence. It can also show that the state is not ruled by emotion alone. The relationship between Orhan and Alauddin should feel respectful. There may be tension in their word, but this section can show unity. Unity between brothers is a strong message before war. It tells the audience that the sense of Usman are not follower enemies to divide them. It also gives Orhan much strong because a ruler with a wise brother beside him is harder to associate. Enemies have lonely leader. Orhan must not become lonely. Orhan's loneliness is still an important theme, even with family and else around him. His final decision belongs to him. Many people can advise, but one person must damage. This is lonely. If the plan fails, everyone will look at Orhan. If the city suffers, his name will carry the blame. If he too soft, people may call him weak. If he too hard, people may call him cruel. A ruler life does become judgment. This makes the silence meaningful. A private scene of Orhan's alone can be powerful. He stands near a map or an high place looking over Barca. The city is quiet for a moment. He hears distant sound of preparation. He thinks of Usman Bey. He thinks of the dream that began in tent and now stands before city wall. He may whisper a prayer not for glory but for strength to state that this movement humanized him. He showed that even a sultan need help for Allah, memory and fight. Fight is the central part of this world. This character do not see victory only as a matter of weapons. They say it has a trust from Allah. This does not make them passive, it makes them responsible. They believe they must do their duty with courage and then trust the result. Arhan's plan is therefore not against fire, it is a part of duty. He prepared carefully because fire does